I have been truly inspired by cases like these that seem to make possible the impossible and challenge our assumptions. I hope that this conference will help us to challenge each other and break away from inherited ideas from the generation before us on what is needed and what should be tolerated for the sake of making the world go round.
Right.
So what they always have to do is they have to say, we will do that good in order to do well. So social responsibility by definition has to be strategic. And that doesn't mean it's useless, and it doesn't mean the motivations behind it are wrong, but it does mean it's limited. And it does mean it's not democratically accountable,
And if the Everyday Sexism Project has shown anything, it's that this is a continuum. All of these things are connected. The same ideas and attitudes about women that underlie those more minor incidents of sexism and harassment that we're often told to brush off and not make a fuss about are the same ideas and attitudes about women that underlie the more serious incidents of assault and rape. And what that means is that by helping to contribute to a cultural shift in the way women are perceived, whether it's in the media, in the professional sphere, in the social or economic sphere, we help to shift the way that they're perceived and treated in the other spheres as well. So that does mean that every one of us can be part of the change.
So Kupe's culture was at home, on land or sea. Its defining principle, its lifeblood, was kinship. In the Māori language, whanaungatanga. The value through which Kupe and his people expressed relationships with the elements of the physical world, the spiritual world, and each other. A crucial thing to understand. Kinship, not just interhuman kinship, but kinship with the physical world and kinship with the spiritual world.
Is that the perpetrator also carries this weight of the crime and becomes his own victim in that dynamic of having done something egregious. And so in that guilt, the perpetrator is not healthy either. So the process of apology and redemption, or forgiveness, is a mutual healing process.
We say growth forever is possible, which it is not, and absolutely necessary. The very definition of progress now is growth. You ask a politician or a business person how well did you do last year, they'll immediately start talking about whether or not the GDP grew last year, or the share of market, or the profits. Growth has become the definition of progress, but growth is just a description of a system. Growth by itself is nothing.
Well, in fact,
it's got to be a means to some other end.
In fact, you go.
They need us to think about what has changed and what is possible, not on the obstacles. Once we realise we can help to create change, how can we not? What are we waiting for?